The University of Michigan worked in conjunction with the U.S. Holocaust Museum to bring deadly medicine, creating the master race. This exhibit reveals how Nazi leadership enlisted the help of trusted medical professionals that ultimately led to genocide.
The Holocaust Museum is committed to telling the story of the other victims of the Holocaust. We know that the Jews were the primary victims of Nazi Germany, but there were others as well, including the disabled, physically and mentally disabled individuals, Sinti and Roma, gypsies, homosexuals. There were Slavic peoples. Many Soviet POWs, for that matter, also became victims of Nazi policies.
Eugenics, the concept of improving the human race through genetic manipulation, was adopted by the Nazis and reinforced by the medical community.
The whole idea of eugenics predates the Nazis. The Nazis did not originate this concept. Originally it was a utopian concept, looking for a medical or a scientific solution, if you will, to the social problems of the day.
It was feared that the lower class or undesirables were making too large of an impact on the population and diluting the pure race.
There's an inherent social bias in this, and that you see that the lower classes are proliferating, and the educated, productive, or the elite of society, the fit as they see it, has chosen to limit the size of their families. This is the early part of the 20th century, the introduction of the two-child system, basically. And as a result of that, they fear that an inverted situation is going to be taking place, that only the unfit ultimately will reproduce and will vastly outnumber those fit. Just as individuals can be infected with illness, so can the Volkskörper, the national body. And they argue that this is what has happened with impurities that have come into the race, basically, from other races or ethnic groups whose they see negative traits are proliferating and are being passed on through generations. And because of this mixing of the races, a dilution of the pure Aryan blood.
To solve these so-called issues, the Nazi regime started implementing euthanasia.
Frequently, it was just one bullet to the back of the head. This is a problem, however, because it's slow on the one hand, and it's also if you will, what they perceive as a psychologically difficult task for the perpetrator, murder face to face, basically. Hence, doing it in a more impersonal method through gassing is the solution found to that. They can kill more people more effectively. The lesson that comes out of deadly medicine is that the Nazis were helped, certainly by the medical and scientific community. It takes a lot of support, really, to engage in mass murder on such a grand scale.